on top of the bird cage scaffolding that's been erected for the conservation cleaning project in the Portrait Gallery. The reason we've built this is obviously to clean the murals in preparation for the building reopening as part of the Portrait of the Nation project.
This space, this main hall where we are standing at the moment, is a really special space because actually if you took the whole collection out of the building, you'd still have a National Portrait Gallery. This space does it. This takes you right away from Stone Age man right up to the end of the 19th century. It's very much Scotland's Valhalla. It's the great national celebration of Scottish identity, and aren't we lucky that it's so good?
Over the summer in 2009, we took the opportunity to cover up all the painted surfaces to protect them during the building works. That gave us the opportunity of getting up there on a mobile scaffolding unit, looking at the murals and particularly the ceiling, and I couldn't resist a few sneaky cleaning tests, and it was really alarming. Of course, we're talking about almost 120 years of dirt accumulation in the central hall.
Well, I'm cleaning one of the scenes. It's the Battle of Bannockburn, in fact. Just cleaning the sky at the moment, and you can see it's quite dirty. You've got the dirt on the swab there. It's just wiping it with a bit of water. These are the least dirty parts of the mural. In fact, the dirtiest bits were the ceilings. Well, it's been a great team made up of students from all different institutions, both in the UK and abroad. And they've all been working in the heat, uncomplaining, doing a great job.
Well, we've initially gone over the ceiling once to clean it, and right now I'm going back and trying to even out any areas that still have some residual grime. Sometimes it's more difficult to clean around the stars, so I've been going back in those areas in particular and just making sure that everything is clean before we move on to the next area.
And the scale is huge, so it's quite easy just to concentrate on one little bit and then forget everything else, and then you go down and you can't even notice any sort of difference, so you have to keep the whole sort of thing in mind.
It's going really well, yeah. We're in our 5th week and a week and a half to go. We've covered quite a lot of the scheme already. Some areas have been more difficult than others, but we've discovered quite a lot about how the artist has worked, and the condition of the paintings is really, really good, so that's something that we're discovering as we go along.
The man who painted the frieze and the frescoes was a Scottish artist called William Hurl. He was based in Edinburgh. He was still somebody who could actually paint great narrative pictures in the sort of almost Renaissance tradition, which of course died out really in the 20th century. So we were lucky to get, that sort of school of painting before it had become outdated. And what he painted on our walls was, I think, sort of fictive tapestries, really. To me, almost the most exciting thing is the frieze and how the gold has come up, and also how you actually see with the sort of raking light it almost sparkling, because the gold is painted on a sort of rough gesso background, and of course that catches the light and that makes it sparkle, and I just think that looks wonderful.
It's a remarkable feat for one man to have achieved this. And of course the condition of William Hall's original work is truly remarkable.
You can see so many details when you're working close to you. You see how the artist made the paintings, the little changes he's made. And actually you can admire him technically, because you look at the painting from a distance and it all reads as a whole. But when you see it close to, you see the different ways he's executed the painting, and that's been fascinating.
We've actually got quite an interesting area on this arrow. If you can see some pencil marks there. And we've got a point there as well. The artist decided to change that at some point and flip it round, so he's either tinkered with the idea that he wants the arrow pointing that way or that way. So that's a really important process of what we're doing, documenting everything we see and everything we do, not just for our own records and the gallery's records, but for future records as well. So things like this will be documented, and also the actual treatments we're using and the effects of that. It's really just a comprehensive record, documenting absolutely everything that goes on.
It's been a really great project. Besides the work itself, I think one of the great things has been being a part of this large and international student group and being able to learn from one another as well. So that's been, I think, a really good experience for me.
Maybe my favorite part has been the ability to get so close to different parts of the wall and see all the detail involved in paintings. And the large scale of these projects is definitely something different. It's been really exciting.
It's a kind of big project that only happens sort of now and again, and we've all been lucky to be involved in such a thing, so it's going to be really satisfying. I think we can all be proud of doing a decent job hopefully at the end of it. So yeah, I look forward to that.
For those visitors coming into the building, I hope that their eye is drawn upward and they might think to themselves, gosh, you know, I don't remember this being here, or it certainly, I hope, will give this part of the building a new lease of life.